I had to start this out with a bang because I finally did it. I achieved what many would consider to be the unachievable. I succeeded in completing every daily challenge for 28 days in a row, and it's only taken me 93 days to actually get this done. And it has never felt this good, and now we are going to be going on this journey together. Today I really have a big one for you, over 75 hours worth of content. Yes, I put way too much time into this game. What you saw at the beginning of this video actually took me about 3 days to edit because I had to go into each video and find where I showed each of the progress completed because I got a job and, a family. I started attempting this challenge back in September of last year and I finally completed it in December of last year. So I decided to sift through my archives to figure out what video I'm going to make for you guys this week, and then it dawned on me, if I make this video, I've got over 93 videos ranging in between 20 minutes to 2 hours. It dawned on me that if I get this video done, that will free up so much hard drive space. So that's what I'm doing. It's a bit of a selfish reason, but it is what it is. Honesty, it's what builds a proper YouTube community. This has by far been the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and I've done the Criminal Mastermind Challenge. So finally starting things off in the beginning, these challenges were very particular about trying to get me to do some tuners updates stuff. Before and after I was doing this challenge, I barely go and do LS car meet stuff. After doing those mini heists that they had to offer, I really hadn't been building up my rep there because I haven't really been caring much about it. And this was before the Contracts DLC came out, so there wasn't going to be any daily objectives that had to do with that, obviously. There was also a lot that had to do with the arena war at Maze Bank Arena. This is extra odd because I never ever go into the arena for arena war stuff. But yeah, these challenges range anywhere from participating in free roam challenges to races and stuff that would put you out of free roam. One of the reasons I really enjoyed doing this is because a lot of times it involved me getting some money, which I didn't mind. And then I would have those days where it would tell me to do a heist finale or a doomsday finale, or play darts. Like, what? There was a lot of challenges where I had to actually play darts, and to this day I still don't quite understand how to actually play it. I know, you can probably sit down with me and tell me how it's done, but somehow I always seem to be doing it wrong. And then it asked me to play something like tennis or golf, which are probably the longest games in history because I don't really understand how to set up the rules to actually make it a really short game. So yeah, some of these can be a real drag. And then of course we get to the point where somehow something messes up and it resets my progress. This has happened to me a lot actually while doing this. This is why it took me 93 days to get this done. So when it was about day 19, my progress was reset for the first time. It got reset because Rockstar had been changing some things. I decided to do this challenge during a time when Rockstar had removed certain game modes and just different missions or different activities to make room for other updates. When doing this, they forgot to remove some daily objectives that had to do with those certain missions or certain game modes. So one day it wanted me to do a special race series, and there was no special race series available for me to play, so I was literally stuck. I couldn't do anything. I've actually never done a special race series before, which I'm guessing a special race series isn't what you'd think from the movie The Ringer with Johnny Knoxville. It's actually a race where you use a specialized vehicle, whether it's a Rocket Voltic or a Deluxo. Either way, it's a special vehicle, and Rockstar had removed them at this point but did not remove them from the daily objective menu. So yeah, Rockstar kind of screwed me on this one. The only thing that I could do at this point is just wait until the next day for my progress to get reset, and that's what I had to do. Then of course a couple days later my progress got reset again. I don't actually remember why. I think it's because I started doing them before I went to work, and then when I got home to finish them, I guess that the clock had automatically reset at that point. So that's when I figured out that I needed to do them all in one foul swoop. So from here on out, that's basically what I did. So what I ended up having to do is wake up super early to get these done before I went into work, because I was currently on a 12-hour shift job at the time. So when I woke up, I had to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning to give myself ample time to get these done before I had to be in work at 7 a.m. I'm pretty dedicated to basically interning for a job that I want to have in the future, YouTube. In other words, I'm going to use this opportunity to remind you to subscribe and like this video to help me out because I don't get paid for what I do here. One of these days though, that's the hope. So a couple weeks go by and I did every single day perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden I go stupid for some reason. I actually forgot to log on for a couple days. So literally like 3 weeks goes by and it gets reset again because I forgot to log on and do them. I've been doing them for every day about 3 weeks straight, and I forget twice in a row. I literally skipped 2 days. How does that even happen? Maybe I just needed a break because I was really starting to actually stress over this. I don't know, whatever the case is, I messed up, so I had to keep pressing forward. So finally, about 9 days went by and everything went pretty smooth until, you guessed it, the progress was reset again. And this was now on video number 40, and it got reset again. By this time, I was about ready to throw in the towel because 40 days is a long time in a row to play this game. I mean, there was a slight break about 9 days ago where I didn't play at all for 2 days or something like that, but I was starting to actually get a little burnt out. But I have to continue and I have to finish what I started. Like I said, this is one of the hardest challenges I've ever had to do, and I know at the beginning of this video I had already told you that I had completed it, so I already spoiled it. But please bear with me, I'm going to show you what I actually had to do without making this a large 93 video series. That is actually what I originally intended to do for these daily objectives, but considering it went out to 93 attempts, I decided against this. I mean, if it was 28 attempts and if I did it straight through, or even 30 attempts, I probably would have done it, but it was just too large and it would have just taken way too long. So pressing on, I got down to day 66 and it was impossible for me to complete it because an update that Rockstar did previously. The daily objective called for me to do a special race series, but as I've said previously, special races were taken out of the game. So at this point I was really starting to get pissed, but I decided to press on. So I continue with the next day. So skipping all this monotony, I finally decided to jump all the way to the very last day, day number 93. After that last mess up for the previous month, I finally completed it, and this was the very last day. And yes, my character wakes up looking as if he's sweating profusely because he has pit stains. Anyways, the last 3 things that I had to do, sporting my Liberty City State Penitentiary uniform, was complete a Doomsday Heist prep, parachute from 650 feet, and complete a club management. All 3 of these things is really easy and really doable. So I head to my air freight hangar to do what I think is going to be the easiest one, which is the parachute from 650 feet. I grab my Alkonos jet because it goes above the clouds quite quickly, and then I jump. Just kidding, I actually got invited to a KO Perico, so I decided to join to only get kicked. What losers? So this time I decide to use a Cuban 800. I fly relatively high and then I jump. As soon as I can pull out my parachute, I just let myself drift to the ground. And boom, one objective finally down. Next, I go to what's probably known as the most boring thing ever and do some nightclub management. In these daily objectives, there was actually a lot of nightclub management and I dread every second of it. These are like the worst missions ever. For those of you that don't know, nightclub management is not something you really should bother to do. It's basically promoting your nightclub so you can gain popularity. These are extremely useless missions that are literally a waste of time, but in this instant, it's required for me to do one, so that's what I did. After the monotony is over, Lester sends me this text message, so I teleport over to my facility. Back in 2013, when I was a garbage man, when we got onto our last road for the day, we called it our home slide. So this right here is my home slide. This is actually kind of an emotional moment for me because I can finally do what has been haunting me for the past 3 months. I can finally complete every daily objective for 28 days in a row. To make a long story short, I did it. And boom, I did it. I get 50,000 RP and a clean $750,000. I actually thought that I was going to get a million for this when I first did it, but I was wrong. And there you have it. What have I learned from this? Sometimes GTA Online sucks. But I was so happy that I finally did it that I didn't really care about the amount of money that I made. I mean, it would have been nice to get a million, but I got what I got. I mean, to make this fair, Rockstar really should have given us more like 10 million because this was harder than the Criminal Mastermind Challenge, and Rockstar did not help much by changing things all the time on me. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time right here as always. For those of you that don't know, nightclub management is not something you really should bother to do. It's basically promoting your nightclub so you can gain popularity. These are extremely useless missions that are literally a waste of time, but in this instant, it's required for me to do one, so that's what I did. And boom, I did it. I get 50,000 RP and a clean $750,000. I actually thought it was gonna be a million. I actually thought it was gonna be a million. I actually thought that it was gonna be a million for when I did. What is wrong with me? Okay. I actually thought it was going to be a million for when I first did it. Okay. I actually thought. Oh. Okay. It's just I typed it wrong. That's the issue.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Try this again.
I actually thought.
I know. Thanks. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I actually thought that I was going to get $1 million. I don't like the way I said that. I actually thought that I was going to get a million when I first did this, but I was wrong. All right, one more time. I actually thought that I was going to get a million for this. All right, one more time. Again. All right. I actually thought that I was going to get a million for this when I first did it, but I was wrong.